Good morning. No, it ain't morning. It's morning for me. Good afternoon, my little sugar woogers. Hey, my beautiful butterflies. Y'all know I have a different life, a different schedule from the norm, okay? And it's good. It's all good with me. I'm good with it, being different. I'm telling you, I'm different. I don't rock by the same rules and regulations as most people do. It's all good. Hey, everybody coming in. What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? Y'all, I stayed up last night till 3. It was 3:25 the last time I looked at the clock. And I was like, you ain't gonna get up and you ain't gonna do nothing in the morning. But I pretty much got things like I wanted it. And then this morning I woke up at 8 and my mind said, get up and go on, do this, do that. And then next thing I know, I was asleep. I was like, finna let my body rest, okay? It ain't no young little chicken no more. It's an old pullet now, so you better listen to your body as you age. You plan on staying around here. But I'm pretty satisfied with um, getting the house back together. Still lots to do, but I got this weekend. I'm off, so I don't let too much worry me no more. How everybody doing? Huh? Y'all all right? Come on in and talk to me and tell me y'all all right. But I had some things. Once I laid there in the bed, I laid there. When I finally woke up for good, it was my normal time, about 1 o'clock. And I laid there this morning and I was looking at this channel. And I try to look at channels now that are really involved in what's going on in America, or I look at a cooking channel before I look at a drama channel. There's somebody just out here every day with the same old rhetoric. It ain't putting no money in my pocket. It's not going to help me in 2025. These next 4 years that's coming up are going to be hell for all of us. And I'm not going to fall off into that trap. Um, the trap of sitting out here doxing people and lying on people, and because that ain't gonna get me nowhere. And then I listen to them and then I come back and I say something about them or I lie on them. Man, get away from me with that. The life we're living right now is too crucial to be involved in that kind of stuff. Mm-mm. Y'all sitting here not realizing what's going on in the world because you ain't looking, you ain't listening, you ain't putting two and two together. You listening to dumb stuff that's gonna have you really dumbfounded when it's all over said and done. Keep flocking and not listening to. Uh, don't worry about what's going on in somebody else's life if it ain't your life. Now ain't the time for that. That's it and that's all. 2024 has been the year of exposure. It has exposed so much until, and it's true. A lot of the stuff that's been exposed about people out here in this sector on YouTube is very true. If you listen and you look at it, ain't nobody out here dumb. We know exactly where you stand. We know exactly what you all about. We know exactly what you've done. It don't matter what you say, and it's totally unimportant to chatting with Ms.V. Okay? Just know that in 2025. I ain't got time. I don't want to be bothered with you. Okay? I don't. You made it that way, and I am accepting it and done moved on clean past you and don't want nothing to do with you because of what is going on in the world that's going to change my life and your dumb life, but you ain't got sense enough to realize that if you broke, busted, and disgusted right now and you got to tear somebody else down in order to make a little change on your platform, you're going to be real broke because ain't nobody going to have no change. These next 4 years gonna tell the story. They're gonna tell it all. I ain't got time for trolls in my life because it's obvious y'all don't have a life. And to the trolls, let me talk to y'all for a minute. Y'all only come on channels of people who are trying to give a message of positivity, something that's gonna help them in their life, or people who like me are out here living their life. I don't see y'all in drama channels at all. So just know that I have moderators over here that are going to take care of you. They know whether to time you out or they know whether to put you out. It don't matter to me one way or the other. Okay? So keep coming over here giving me views. I appreciate you. And maybe, just maybe, if they let you stay in there long enough, you might learn a little something about life. Because you obviously don't have a life. You don't have it together. You ain't working. You ain't got ish to do every day. And that you're in a sad population of the people. And hopefully you ain't black folks. Because if you black, you on the back end. They don't even make caboose no more. So you hanging out there, you being the caboose on the train. They not even using those anymore. They're not necessary, okay? And they figured that out. Y'all know that the election was certified yesterday. Did you know that? I try to keep you up on what's going on in the world. Racism and disrespect of minorities is running rampant. I ain't never in my 70 years here on earth ever seen so much disrespect and so much racism from our own race since I've been here in the world. And I told you, I went through segregation and integration in the Deep South, in the boot, starting in 1968 throughout life. When I saw racism in my life was 1968. I had twin cousins who went over to St. Frederick Junior High School the year before I integrated my high school, and they integrated that junior high school in Monroe, Louisiana. Sandra and Andre Howell. Okay? The next year in 1969, I went to Wasserman High School, Southside, poor white people, and integrated my high school. That's when I first saw racism in America. You know nothing about no racism. I lived in a black neighborhood. My brothers and I went to a black high school. We went to a black church, and we lived like normal black people did, all together. Once that happened and the schools integrated in my small hometown, that's when I realized that people are different. And because you of color, it don't matter how light you are. If you wasn't white, you wasn't right, okay? That's when I realized that color made a difference. It didn't matter if I was making the honor roll every semester. It didn't matter if my mom was teaching school there in that same school system. Nothing mattered. You were black. Now, everybody in that school wasn't hateful or disrespectful or didn't like black people. It was only 4 of us on that campus. One guy, George Buse, Edwina, Beatrice, and myself. It's 4 of us. I was the only 9th grader. Beatrice and Edwina were 11th grade when they came over. And George was a graduating senior. He had been there, I think, the year before. Okay? We were there on freedom of choice. Integration hadn't started yet. We kind of slow in the book. We don't move too fast, okay? But I told y'all I lived out my mom's dream of wanting to go to integrated school. And I told you I was the child that was different from every one of my siblings. I went through stuff they don't even know nothing about. And I never even sit down and talk to them about it. They really couldn't understand it because they wasn't going through it. I didn't even come home and tell my mom everything every night. I was there. She had put me there. So what was the point? I had to deal with it. She couldn't deal with it. So did y'all see Kamala Harris yesterday when Bruce Fisher chose not to shake her hand? And you gonna tell me that there's not racism in America? Now, think back when the Democrats lost. Think about it. Did they not move out peacefully when she lost? Was it any kind of march on the Capitol? Did anybody get hurt? No. But I want you to go back to that dreadful January the 6th. When the Republicans lost, what did they do? Did they storm the Capitol? And it's been okay. They have rewrote history on that when we all sit here and we all saw it. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm going somewhere with this. Stay with me. People were injured. People got killed. And it's okay. Oh, yeah, they went to prison. A lot of them might even get pardoned. Now, we are messed up as a race of people in society. And we've been messed up since slavery. We've been taught to be crabs in a bucket. We've been taught to tear each other down. You ain't got to say nothing to nobody. You ain't got to do nothing to nobody. All they got to do is see you moving and growing and bringing positive stuff to your forum or your channel, and here they come. You don't know them. Whatever they're saying, you don't want to know them because they ain't been through nothing. Apparently, the bottle has overcome their mind. The drugs have taken over their mind. Their lack of home training is not there. Or they would know not to get out on a public platform and disrespect anybody. Is it hard not to do? It's very hard. Ask me. I went through it a whole year last year. But I had to put these people on the back burner and say, get the hell away from me. I got to stay focused. I got a life. It ain't your life. You ain't living it. You ain't paying for nothing up in here. You don't walk the walk I walk. My path is my path. Get in your lane and ride in your lane. And I don't care how you get there. And you can go by foot like the Flintstones, or you can go in a Tesla that Elon Musk made. Get your electric one, okay? I don't care. Just get away from me. That's it and that's all. So Kamala yesterday was totally disrespected by this senator's husband, who is a professor. Now he's teaching your children. But this man didn't want to shake her hand. What did she do to him? She was a Black woman who ran for the president of the United States, the first Black woman. But did you have to disrespect her like you did? And when we got time to be out here tearing up each other with lies and bull, people, y'all are lost. In 2025, you are so lost because you done got so used to that nickel and dime money that these people out here on YouTube are letting you make. They're giving you a platform. They gave me one. But they take part of the money from me. I don't bring home what I make. They take part of my money for me to come out here and talk to y'all. And then I'm gonna come out here and tear you down on the money that I made. Make it make sense. It's just so unnecessary. You ain't bringing nothing to the platform, and I blame YouTube for allowing a lot of these people to even have a channel out here because they're not saying nothing. Every day is the same thing. People, wake the hell up. These people don't even want to be with us. Okay? They have no clue who you are. If you are no use to them, they don't want to do nothing. They don't even want to breathe the same air you breathe. Now, money is power, and it always has been. The lack of money, you ain't going nowhere to do nothing but this, jibber jabber. And the richest man in the world is now controlling the United States of America and other foreign countries like Europe and Canada. Thank you, Alex, for the gift. That rich man we talked about the other day, I told you I was going to keep up with him because he's running the country, Elon Musk. Now, he bought Trump into the White House. You better look at it like it is. Trump was on his way to jail. He's a felon. First president of the United States that entered the White House as a felon. Like I always say, everybody that's got somebody in jail, in prison, let them vote. If you're going to put him in the White House, let him vote. I saw so many people out here, black men in particular, whose ancestors and forefathers slaved in the cotton field. Turn a deaf ear to who this man really was. And you thought he was going to help you? Your broke ass. He thought you... Calm down. You got 13 billionaires going to get up there and help Trump run the country. Do you think for 1 minute that these 13 billionaires that's probably going to take office soon, doing something, are there for you? You more messed up than I thought you were, if that's what you think. Because it ain't happening. They don't even know you. They ain't finna give you nothing. If anything, they're going to take something from you. Now, I did see where Trump said that he was going to leave Social Security and Medicare alone. And I thank you for that. Because that's what I live on. Okay? That's what I worked for. He couldn't touch the retirement. But he could damn sure mess with your Social Security and your Medicare. And for those of you who have not started to join it yet, it ain't no guarantee it's going to be there. Because they tap into it anytime they get ready to. How you going to know? Why you think they keep bringing it up? And then now they're giving you little bitty raises. We all got a little raise this year. It's about 3 raises behind what it should be, maybe more than that, because of inflation. Everything went up after the pandemic. What goes up in society by the government It may stabilize people, but it ain't coming back down. You're not gonna see no dollar and something gas no more. $2 and something. Those are days gone by. You know, when I was in college, I can remember gas being less than $1. $1 went a long ways, and I ain't been here that long. The world changed in the 80s from the world that I grew up in. From the 50s to the 70s, it was all about Black people were together. It was Black power. You had your Martin Luther Kings out there. You had them marching for freedom, getting hit by water hoses, taken to jail, separating them from their families, houses being burned behind racism. Okay, so they took the shackles off your feet and they put them on your mind. And that's how you living now. A shackle mind. A mind that will come out here and just say anything about anybody. You ain't got to know them. They ain't got to do nothing to you. That's how messed up your mind is. Because that's what you've been taught. You really can't come out here and talk about you got no home training. Because you don't. When you're doing stuff like that. Just cussing and fussing and raising hell every day. How is that going to help me to watch you? I'll wait on an answer, and I'll be waiting a long time. So by Elon teaming up with Trump, he bought him. Let's just put it out there like it is. He's a bought man. So he got to do what Elon is doing. Actually, Elon is your president. Y'all heard from Vance? Y'all seen him? That's supposed to be your vice president. I ain't heard a word. Did I miss something? So America now has been sold out. The land of the free. This man campaigned on border crossing. But did any of those people who came across the border, did they do anything in the Capitol? Name me one. They come over here and they build America, even though they're illegal. Now, from where I stand, if they're doing something to help America grow, why don't you allow them, if they're going to cross the border, instead of building a half of a wall that ain't keeping them from crossing, how can you say that Kamala was the one that kept letting them cross the border when you built the wall and you didn't finish it? And they still coming across. You back in there now. You're going to want some more money to finish the wall, I guess. But ain't the wall, people. Don't be dismayed by what these people are telling you. Don't believe everything you hear. People can jibber jabber about anything. It don't mean it's true. I'm just telling you now. There were no illegal immigrants that stormed the Capitol. They are rewriting history on that. You saw it, and I saw it. But in your history books, it will be rewritten. It's a sad situation, a sad world we're living in, because these billionaires will become trillionaires in the next 4 years. You're going to be still sitting there waiting on government assistance, waiting on some food stamps that might not even be there because you think they want to take care of you. And a lot of y'all don't deserve them no way. I see you out here on YouTube, on food stamps, on government assistance. And you tearing down somebody else when you need to be getting your ass up, getting you a job. And you think I feel sorry for you? I don't. I go to work, Donna. I've been working since I was 18 years old. It ain't never hurt me. Don't blame the next person because they got up and made something of their life, because they furthered their education, or because they chose not to stay in the hood, in the gutter, and do gutter stuff. Don't blame them. Blame yourself. You could have got out just like they got out. You chose to stay there. Now you mad. You mad at yourself. You can't be mad at nobody else. Because you can't do like the next person can do. Don't blame me. Blame yourself. I'm going to always do better for me. I'm going to always make sure I got food on the table. And there ain't nobody up in here but me. I'm going to always make sure I got a roof over my head. I'm going to always make sure that I can eat. But the only way you can do that is you have to have a self-made mind. You following people who ain't got nothing, and how you expect to get something. You need to look at people who are doing better than you. Try to figure out how they did it. Sometimes it was legal. Sometimes it was not so legal. Cut off the illegal part and look at when they were going there, when they were getting there. You can take Diddy for an example, a nobody that came to be somebody. But where he went wrong, we all know. You don't do what he did and keep rising to the top, because at some point you're doing illegal stuff, and you're doing it against children and women and men. You didn't care. You had a problem that nobody recognized. Everybody ignored it because it's highly weird. Now you're going to pay the cost. You're not going nowhere. These people not going to let you on the street because you messed over that other man. You know, the Chirac people with the shmoneys that was giving you money, you big dummy. You ain't going nowhere. You're going to sit there for the rest of your life. And you're going to have plenty of time to think about it. But your biggest hurdle right now is not to become a Epstein. They get rid of people like you. And they carry them out in the middle of the night. And they say they committed suicide. They say, how we going to know? Did we ever see a body? He could be living right now for all we know. He got enough money. We're a sad culture of people. It saddens me to think that everything that our forefathers went through to free us from the cotton fields and the shackles on our feet, you done put them on your mind. You come out here with all this cussing and fussing and raising hell, and it ain't benefiting nobody but you, and it ain't really benefiting you because you go too far with it, and then they snap your money out from under you because you're still working for the white man. Y'all ain't got good sense out here. Something is wrong with these people. And that's why I got so frustrated with this channel and being in this sector. It's like, man, I got better things to do with my time than to sit up and listen to somebody making up lies and doxing and talking crap that they don't know nothing about. Just walk away from it. You don't need that in your life. You living your life the way you want to live it. But then it wasn't a voice in my head that said, don't go nowhere. You're a breath of fresh air. People have told you that. You are classy. The people told you that. I didn't come out here trying to portray nothing but being me. And this is why they got a problem with you. Because you don't go along with all of the craziness that they do. You stand on your platform solo and do you. America is so divided. It's just not the black man. Don't get me wrong. I think we're the worst. Maybe it's because I'm black. But we are so divided. Now, he's taught us so well that I don't think that we'll ever come back together again. Because you sit there and you raise your children with your stupid rhetoric. And now your children are being set up to go into the system some kind of way. Either I'm going to get them and I'm going to take care of them for you, or either the jail is going to get them. And they're building more jails than they're building schoolhouses. And you don't think the system was designed for you to be there. You don't stop and think for 1 minute, if I do this, I'm going to jail. But it's okay when you're doing it. But once you behind them bars and that door slams, bam. And you're on the phone. No. Don't call me then. I could have been as dumb as you. I chose not to. You should have called me before they slammed that door. And then maybe, just maybe, I could have told you something that would help you stay on the outside. Okay? Because you as a black person, you going down. Them other people, they go all the way to the White House and run the country. You see the difference? While you out here bashing and talking about folks every day. And a lot of it is so unnecessary. But what's the point? Huh? Why are you out here in these virtual wars, fighting wars that it's so petty? Oh, she talked about me today. She said this about me today. He did this. He did. Did it stop you from living? Did it take any money out your pocket? Can't with y'all. I just can't. People in my generation have had to go through back doors with colored on them. You wasn't even black. You've come from color to Negro to black since I've been here. And you think I'm going to sit there and listen to you, what you got to say about me and anybody else out here? I ain't finna listen to that shit. Black men have had to work jobs that they were more qualified for than picking cotton in a field. Just to feed their families. Families had to stay together back then. The wife was uneducated and pregnant. There was no birth control. Big families. But that man got out there and he provided for his family. Today's black man, he can just go off and never come back. Forget about the wife and the children. That's why the woman had to get up out that house and go get her a job, because you can't trust what you got at home. Some women go stay there and put up with anything and everything that man brings in. He give you a little chicken change and you happy with it. You there taking care of the children. And your whole life done pass you by. Because you got to stay there for that chump change he gave you. But he was slanging money all over town to everybody else. I've seen it. You've seen it. I thank God for my dad and my mom, that I didn't have to go through that. Pudding was my mom. That's what he called her. Everything he made, he brought it up in that house because he knew Pudding could take care of it. He had educated Pudding. He had sent her back to school after 17 years. They got married right out of high school. But he saw the need where if I'm going to raise these 7 children, I need another income coming up in here. I don't want my children to go raggedy and hungry. And it took her 6 years to get out of Grambling University, Grambling College back then. Because she had 2 babies while she was in there. My brother before me and me. I told y'all a story. Okay? So the people in the neighborhood, she ain't gonna never finish. But she did. When you determined to do something in life, you gonna do it. You're not gonna you gonna hear what they say, but you gonna block it. It ain't even going into this ear to come out this other ear. Because your mind, you focused. You focused on where you going and what you gonna do. I'm a focused person. I don't give a damn what nobody say about me. Never have. And I don't interact with people when I see who they are trying to hold me back. You're not gonna do that. Because I've been through too much in life before I even knew you to go through that. I'm not doing it. Right now, it's an ego struggle in America with the top brass in the White House. It's about money. It's about power. And you got time on your schedule when you don't even know if the job you have in the next 4 years is going to be there. And you got time to do what you're doing and say what you're saying. Okay, keep saying it. And I'm going to watch you outside. Right now, like I say, you might be doing all right with a little government assistance and a little food stamps, but they're cutting it. You think they're going to continue to take care of you? That's not their mindset. That's days gone by. I'm going to suggest to you to stay off these streets with the bull. And I'm telling you, go get you a job. Be an entrepreneur. You sitting up in the house doing nothing every day. I think you can take at least 6 babies and babysit them and make money. Find you something to do other than out here being a fool. Okay? Better read about what a fool is in the Bible. You ain't never going nowhere to do nothing. You have done all you gonna do. Time out, day's over. This sector is just so messed up with nonsense. When are y'all gonna start bringing something to the table that's gonna benefit the people? Encouraging them to do better. Inspiring them from your life. Not just what you just accomplished since you've been out here on YouTube, but from where you came from to where you are now. Is it going to change? Or will it remain the same? I just sit back and watch. It's just not the black race of people. If you are broke, if you are of lower income in America, they don't want to be bothered with you either. I don't care what race you are. But more so, the black man. What it is about the black man, I don't know. But if you sit there as a black man and you help to put him in office, you'll see where you made a big, big mistake. What did he promise you? I kept waiting to see what he was promising. He was going to keep the illegals out. I'm saying to myself, okay. They the ones who put all the bricks on the building. They the ones who building all the buildings. The Hispanics, the Mexicans. They the ones that'll get out there and do the work. But they coming up, baby. And in my lifetime, I probably will see a Hispanic president in the White House because they do stick together, something we haven't learned, we'll never learn. We too backstabbing, we too conniving. I just don't see where we'll ever learn anything. Nothing. It's a state of confusion out here. If you're white, you're right. If you're black, stand back. That's the state of confusion. It ain't nothing new. I don't know where y'all been under a rock. You haven't seen it? Okay. Maybe you will. Maybe you'll open up your eyes and your ears and you'll be able to see and hear what most of us already know. It's a YouTube trap out here. Let me talk about you. And let me build up my audience on you. And we'll just hate on you. And I'll just hope that they send me little cash apps and little super chats, super stickers, and super thanks. No, thank you. I don't want that kind of money. To tear down my sister and my brother, I don't want that kind of money. Will I defend myself against the foolery if I choose to? But in most cases, I'm not wasting my time. I haven't and I won't. First of all, I'm not watching you. I hear about you on other channels maybe that I watch. But you on do not recommend, and I hope you don't even pop up on my timeline in 2025. You're a waste of time. We're sellouts. We are bought out by our own people. You come out here and you use people on your platform with lies and bull for money. You're a sellout. And the dummies that participate in this, or how are you helping them? That's not making them get up and want to go get a job. That's not making them want to benefit themselves. This in-house fighting, it ain't no reason for it. Y'all out here on World War III. And I ain't seen in a whole year where you benefited none. I ain't seen no upgrades. And I probably won't. Because you're not fighting for no rights. You're not fighting for anything. You're out here fighting because somebody lied on you or somebody said something about you that's not true. What does it matter? Are you the only one? No. Just look at the little clique of people who do that kind of stuff. They don't have nothing. Why you got to come out here and degrade them because they tried to pull you down and then shame them? They shaming themselves. You're looking at me. You're looking at them. I don't have to say nothing. Let them make it. That is not. The only thing that I would not tolerate, leave my family out of this. Are we coming as a family? Okay. My deceased husband in 2025, you picked on him as a dead man long enough. Don't bring his name up. He's not your business. You got a busted up man in your house, and then that's what you need to do. You need to talk about your busted up man and let the dead stay dead. Read what it says about that in the Bible. You won't have no good luck. I can tell you that. Okay? And I can't help in your delusional ass mind. If you thought that I was dumb enough to come out here on a social media platform and talk to the world and make up shit, you by dumber than Dora. Better get up off your can and fix your life. Because if you think things have been rough for you this year, they're going to get rougher. You ain't bringing in no money talking about me. You won't. You'll be demonetized again. Yeah. And I'll still be making money from all different directions. I just don't depend on YouTube. I could be over there on my channel on Facebook if I really wanted to make some money. And I have 2 channels going. I'm going when I get ready to go. You're setting the wrong rules and you're setting the wrong standards out here. Younger people are listening to you. They're following you. And then when they end up in jail, when they end up in drugs, behind what you're saying and what you're telling them, you're going to pay for it. Y'all think he dead. He died, but he rose. That's the part you forgot. Stevie, keep on stemming out here, because that's what y'all are doing. Stemming. Like my special needs kids, they stem. Y'all are stemming. Making all kind of noises and all kind of rhetoric. You yo-yoing back and forth. One day you with this one day you with that one. And they was horrible yesterday, but you apologize and they're all right today. I wouldn't trust you no further than I could spit. Children and younger people are watching you. But most probably they're the same kind of people you are. So better them, because you know your life is messed up. People wake up and stop with the insanity. All this cussing and fussing and hell raising ain't putting no money in nobody's pocket. The rich are getting richer off of you while you sitting around being dumb, talking about somebody who ain't got nothing either. You're sending your children to school with no history of their culture. They don't have a clue what they are, where they came from. Because the times are better now for them than it was for you. You think because you put the Nikes on their feet, you put the designer clothes on there, you better put some designer on their minds. You're failing as a race of people. I'm just here to tell you, I don't care what you say when I'm gone. Because when I click the button off, I'm out of here to go do what I got to do for me. Take care of my business, which you can't do. You ain't going to take care of it and you ain't going to pay for it. So what do I care? Just telling you what you need to know. We need to do better as a people. We really do. Stop letting these people with the money become richer off the back of you. We're so dumb, so uneducated. Educate yourself. Slaves learn how to read in the dark, in back rooms, little huts, slave tents, I call them, and educated themselves. The system is never going to give you your history. You think, who's writing the history books? So do you think they're going to give you your history? Take time to sit down at the dinner table at night and talk to your children. You see how sad I'm looking there? And you got these stupid trolls coming in here that's got to get timed out because you don't even understand the message. You that ignorant. You that stupid. But you dare not go into a drama channel that's tearing somebody else down and say nothing. Only thing you gonna do is agree with them. But you have no proof of nothing they're saying. But it's okay, because they said it. They got to know. I could do the same thing. I could come over here and tear somebody down and have no proof and don't know. But what good is that going to do me? And what good is that going to do them? You see, I don't have shackles on my mind. So I can think clearly. Y'all are tarnishing people's reputations. You tear down the other one. You don't even know when you might need that person again. You burning up bridges that you might have to cross again. I was taught to never do that. Keep listening to the rhetoric and see where it gets you. Those people acted like animals. Savage, uncouth animals that went into that Capitol that day and stormed it and fought and hurt people they didn't even know. Behind what had been told to them, I'm going to meet you down there. Is that not what he said? But you chose to put him in there. Why? I don't know what he promised you, because he ain't promised me nothing. I'm just sitting back watching it now because, like I said, it ain't going to affect me one way or the other. I'm going to go back to where I came from, where I started from on the little farm, if it comes down to that, where I got plenty of land to grow me something to eat, where I can put up me my tiny home that I dream of, and live happily ever after, and not have to even worry about watching the TV, because it ain't going to matter. When I got food and a roof over my back, I ain't worried about nothing else. Not at this stage in life. Thank God I've had. So I don't have to be out here trying to tear down to get. It's a difference. Stop letting your children listen to a lot of rhetoric out here on social media. There are some good platforms out here that they could be listening to. Those platforms, believe it or not, have hundreds of thousands of people on them outside of this sector. Ain't nobody in this sector got no 100,000, nothing. 50,000, nothing. But Trace. And she been out here for a long, long time. Perhaps if you stay out here that long, you might get it too. But I think you're going to have to change that direction in order to get it, because you're not coming up in the time she came up. When she came up, she didn't have no competition. She was out here by herself. Now you got so many people you can watch. You can pop in and out of different channels now. All you got to do is flip it up, because I do it all the time. Just ask Bama. Every time I'm over there, I'm flipping up and I done fell off into somebody else's content. And I come back in and I'm like, oh, Lord. Sometimes I be in foreign channels if it's late at night, because that's when they come on. Four years ago, it was a walk in the park. Pretty much Obama left things intact. Even left a pandemic plan. If it comes, this is what you got to do. That same president that's in there in 14 more days, I think he got about 14 more days, was in that White House at the time, and he said it was a hoax. But you put him back in there. But look at all the humps in the ground behind him not believing, and then he got it himself in the end. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. You know it too. You're just in denial. Peaceful protesters have protested around America and gone to jail, gone to prison for years for your freedom. You got to stop with the nonsense. You have got to make it make sense. I came out here with that. Co-hosted. Make it make sense. It's been used a lot since then. But it has never come to full fruition. Because the things you're doing and saying ain't never made sense since I've been out here. Your taxpayers' dollars are being wasted. You're working to pay taxes. I'm only talking to the working people. I ain't talking to the people that don't work, okay? Who just out here jibber-jabbering and, oh, let me go say this about her today. And okay, I ain't talking to you. I'm talking about the people who actually get up off that can and go to work every day and pay taxes. They're being wasted. And you got time to sit up and work and pay taxes and let your taxpayers' dollars go to something you don't want, because we're not strong in numbers. We can't stick together. We're crabs in a bucket. That's why. Let me go talk about Ms.V today. Ms.V ain't even thinking about you. You don't call that a crab in a bucket. Ms.V ain't said nothing about you. You're not a topic over here. But that's what you did. Why you did it? You're just hateful and mean. You ain't got no commentary. Sad. But I got to stop right here and get into the comments right quick, because I do have some things to do before I go to work. I go back to work tonight. And let me speak to everybody coming in right quick. See what y'all got to say about it. And then we'll finish up on this tomorrow. We don't have to stray away from what is really happening in the real world. Hey, beautiful Annette, how you doing? Nicola, how you doing, sugar? I'm good. I got to go get these tires rotated because I said today I had to do it, and I still got time to do it before I go to work tonight. Hey, Nana, Kelvin, it's me. Riri is in the building. Okay, you're going to have to keep your finger on it because it's going to jump on you. And I'm going to get in trouble. Okay, let me get back up here. Every time I take my finger off of it, it makes a complete jump. I'm the only one that gets in trouble about it, y'all. Don't go over there and tell them other people, oh, you didn't read my comment. No, y'all don't do that, but y'all do it to me. I don't care. I'm a big girl. I got thick skin. I can take it. I mean, it jumped too, baby. I don't have no clue where I was. It jumped to the bottom, look like. Okay. What's up, Sting? Okay. I'm at Right Beautiful. Oh, you all right? Okay, Annette. Hi, Miss Viola. Good to see you. Hey, sis-in-law. But not really right. She has the same name as my sister-in-law. My husband's baby sister. No, next to the baby sister. Hey, Veronica, how you doing? Good afternoon, Shatiqua. Miss Cynthia. Jean Hurst. Hello, Miss V in chat. I saw it. And the woman's husband would not shake her hand. Telling you. And he's a professor, Miss Jean. You don't tell me that's blatant racism in America. I think it is. Hey, Linda Bess. Good afternoon to you, Alex. Thanks for coming in, staying up on the rooftop, taking care of business. Miss Cynthia, I'm well. Got my rest today, so I'm ready to go down and check out my children and see what they've been doing for the last 2 days. There are so many other things to focus on in 2025. They best keep up with this political world. Miss Linda, you better tell them. Yes, indeed, because this election is going to change history for the most part. You got Elon dipping and dabbing all across Europe, Canada, and everywhere. I saw where the Prime Minister of Canada just stepped down. Where's Princess? Where's the Gisty? That's where she lives in Canada. This man been up there at least, what, 10, 12 years? Money's power. Miss Jackie, thank you for telling them to subscribe um, and hitting the like button. Miss V, let them stay asleep. They'll learn the hard way, for real, for real. And you praying for them. That's all you can do, Sting. Good evening to my Carla. Miss Jean, the owner of Facebook gave him $1 million and did. I'm glad you've been keeping up. Um, so that means that his social media platform won't come down, or maybe it won't get bought out because they buy social media platforms also. Twitter is now X. It wasn't always X. You know who owns it, right? Okay. They're looking to cut EBT. Yes, ma'am. That's why I'm saying these people run around here, food stamp queens and kings. That ain't gonna be around. They ain't trying to take care of you. Look, maybe you can't go get a job doing um, desk work or handling money because your track record, your background. But can you come up with you an entrepreneur job where you can do something with that? I think so. hmm You can open up your own kitchen, count your own money. Yeah, it's a lot you could do other than come out here doing what you're doing. Affordable housing, Social Security, and child care. Child care is so unaffordable now until you go into work to take care of for the people to take care of your children. And you paying them dearly. That's a big portion of your income if you have small children is going to child care. That shouldn't be. Mm-mm. Hey, Linda Bess. Hey, good evening, Ms.V. Hey, Selwyn. I remember 99-cent gas. Yeah. That ain't been that long ago. You'll never see it again. I remember $5 a gallon gas too. When I had that big SUV, that cute X 56. I had to look down on the ground and make sure my gas wasn't running out. $100 and some to fill up that tank. Baby, I had to make a decision. You ain't got that many miles on here because it's gonna sit on the driveway. I was working for her, so I was driving that cars. So there was no need for me to buy a car. But then after I looked at it, I said, Self, you better get up and you better go get you something else because you spending a car note and gas over here. I don't care if it is paid for. That's what I did. I used my head. Shatika says she remember 99 cents gas, bread. Everything was less than $1. Everything now $5 and up. They used to be $1. Go get some potato chips. They want $2 and $3 for that little old bag of air. A half a bag of potato chips and the rest air. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Miss Veronica, how you doing? Alex is saying, preach, Miss V. He filling his pockets. You better believe it. All of them filling their pockets on our poor self. And we out here just gone crazy talking about the other one. Don't know whether that is true or not and don't care. Speak, Miss V. It's our queen. Thank you, Carla. Sting is saying, us who know the truth can tell the real truth to our next generation because that's the ones that's going to be hurting. It ain't us. Most of these people not going to live to get old. They doing too much as a young person. They putting themselves in harm's danger, in harm's way. threatening people out here on a social media platform that you gonna run up and you gonna do this and you gonna do that. Like, okay, what you think they gonna do if you run up on them? They just gonna stand there and let you run up on them. Y'all are sick with a capital S. Hey, Explore with the Edwards. To bless the host is $ Vieta Brown, and they have been so good about that, Alex. I appreciate that. I think this is just my opinion. They should treat food stamps like Social Security. If you didn't work, you can't get them. Exactly. Why should my money and your money as taxpaying citizens go to feed somebody that you see is truly capable of getting up and going to work? I can't with that. Shatik was saying, tell the truth, shame the devil. Hey, Miss Run Up a Bag, let's all learn the strategy of trading. It's going to get tight. Yes, it is. What they used to call it back in the day, bartering. That's what they did. If I had a boat and you needed a car, we bartered. Okay? That's the way it went down. When I went to Amoco is when I saw a lot of bordering. I went there in 79 and I watched the white boys sit out there, and one may have bought a boat maybe 2 years ago and the other one needed a truck, and they might have been a couple of $1,000s different, but that's what they needed at the time. They just traded. So they didn't have no note. And they just came up doing that. I sit back and I looked at them, how they did things, and I said to myself, we as a people don't have no clue how these people are making it. And they sitting up with everything they need at their house. They got the boat, they got the truck, they got the RV, they got the house. They would even trade houses. Man, I'm getting ready to get out this house. Okay, well, I got this house because I got two, and I'm gonna move into that one. I'm gonna get rid of this one. Well, how much you need? They had the $20,000 they wanted to make out the house. They went up there and they got it, and gave them 20,000 with no note, and they came up. Then they turned around and sold the house they had and split the money with the person that gave them the house. We don't know how to do nothing, nothing, and then they worry about how you did this and how you did that, because y'all don't know nothing. Y'all stay in a box, all trapped with four sides around the box. You don't know how to step out the box because he knows too much dirt. Exactly, Alinda. Thank you, Lady Justice. You think I'm classy? Thank you. I appreciate that. We don't have time for the messy. We trying to figure out where to go from here in this world. You better believe it. A lot of us got a life left. A lot of life left to live. I don't know how much I got, but I know I'm going to live it. I am not going to sit up here and be tormented by nobody who don't know me, and I don't care to know them, and not me. All our ancestors went through to get us to the right to vote. Exactly. And we ain't been voting that long. And now in my lifetime, people start voting. And now many young people say, why vote? My vote don't count. No, it doesn't. They're correct. If you don't vote, your vote does not count. They said it as if they go to vote and it's not going to be counted by the people who counting the votes, but their vote is not going to be counted because they don't vote. They're not being taught anything. They're not looking at the politics of the world, how the political arena has changed. If you don't have money, don't run for office no more. Back in the day, you could run for office and be broke. Okay? Times have changed. Look at how Trump got in there. Elon bought him out. He bought him the presidency. Kamala didn't stand a chance. They paid these people to go in there and vote for him. They're going to feel bad about it lately, but it's going to be too late. We've never been together, Ms.V, and we probably never will. Okay? Hey, Miss Audrey and everyone in the chat, please forgive me for not speaking individually. It's all good. Thank you, Sting, for telling them to like, share, and subscribe. This is a powerful message. Carla, pray your client is doing better. Yes, Carla is taking care of a lady who has cancer. And we've been keeping track on Carla and her patient, because we don't want Carla to go down taking care of her. Explore what the Edwards is in the building today. Super chats, super stickers are available. Memberships on affordable prices. And super thanks. $ Vienna Brown is the cash app. Thank you, Alex. She had to call EMS yesterday. Yeah, we talked about that because she passed out on her yesterday. There are caretakers out here that need prayer while we are here bashing each other. Carla needs prayer to keep her health and her strength up to take care of her patient. Yes, she might be making money, but when you're taking care of people, it's more than money. You gotta want to do that. She could be doing something else making money. Hey, Katie, where you been? Mm. What you're saying, Katie, that's not true. They don't touch the Social Security Trust Fund, but Wall Street wants to privatize Social Security. Oh, I don't know about that, Katie. Um, I just know that they said the other day that Social Security and Medicare would not be bothered, or they're not going to change anything about it. And we did get a raise. Other than that, I don't know anything. I haven't read up on that. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not true or it is true. I don't know. Hey Stacy, how you doing? Better work while it's day, for night coming. That's the Bible scripture. Yes, Linda. Hey T, how you doing? Okay. Hey, Jeremy, I think you got timed out. Seeing that we don't own our own businesses, others will always get rich off of us. Some people own their own businesses. Everybody, Katie, doesn't own their own businesses, but there are some people who own the property, they own the building, and the business. Uh-huh. Jackie, where are you at? We having a moderator picnic indoors. What you bringing? Laughing. Okay. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Let's see. Staying. When I'm with my two granddaughters, I talk to them about this and Black history and slavery and segregation and Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King. Yes, Rosa Parks, beautiful lady, but she refused to sit on the back of that bus, which made it possible for us to sit anywhere on the bus we want to. Mm-hmm. To own the bus line if you want to. You got the opportunity to do anything in the world you want to do at this point in your life. The doors are open. Whether you are able to walk through that door, it's on you. You don't have to have money always to figure out how to do things. You got government grants and loans and everything else. You just have to have the right business sitting in the right place. Can't be on the back street if you want to attract the front street. You got to think. TNT, it's the moderator's indoor picnic. So yes, ma'am. And our guest speaker is Ms.V, aka Big Pressure. Thank you, Miss Audrey. Oh, y'all bringing the dessert. Y'all having a picnic. Okay, okay. And when they went somewhere and watched it on TV. Yes. And you got to watch TV too, because who is TV owned by? It's going to bring you what they want you to hear. Okay? Be careful with that. Hey, Christopher, great job. Thank you. See me and Miss V, what do just fine. We grew up without all this stuff, so we know how to cope without electronics. Exactly. Grew up, we had a black and white TV. We had to put a foil on the antennas to make it come in. Didn't get but two stations. That was Channel 8 and Channel 10. One out of El Dorado, Arkansas. And KNOE was owned by Mr. No in Monroe. We know about that. And it signed off at 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Is what came on after the news. That's how they signed the TV off. Mm-hmm. Alex, bring them Carla, you, and Edward's together list. Okay, so y'all having a surprise? All her sugar woogers. Okay, okay. All right. Hey, Miss Jackie. Let's see. Y'all done had a whole picnic in here, and I didn't even know it. I hope y'all saved me some food. and then have to go to nurse to tell everybody just drink bleach. Yes, he did. And that would have killed up everybody. But you see, they wasn't fool enough to do that, Hustine. Oh no, they didn't drink the bleach. Mm-mm. Yeah, you got to listen to these people. He didn't care about them folks. And they sitting up there hollering, Trump, Trump, mega, mega. You ain't got mega bucks, do you? You still alive, ain't you? Hmm. He was very disrespectful to VP Harris yesterday. Very sad. But she handled it like a classy lady. I was so proud of her. Yes, they stormed the Capitol and he's going to release them in jail and pardon them and probably will. He in the White House, he can do what he want to do. Alex says she remember that about the Clorox, the Purex. Supposedly T is getting his sentence in New York court on Friday. However, it's going to matter. And nothing is going to be done because he's a standing president. They can't do nothing to him. That's why he had to get back in office. Go in office or go to jail, people. Oh, Part 2 tomorrow. Okay, Sting. Audrey, it won't matter. It's a joke to make us think they're doing something. Exactly. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Thank you. They did good with the tapping the button. How was the fish from last night? It was very good, James. Very good. That little piece I ate, I haven't eaten today. I'll probably take it to work with me tonight and eat it tonight. I got some uh tartar sauce, and I got some lettuce and tomatoes, and I got the soft taco, and I'll probably put it in there and eat it. And that'll be my lunch tonight. They better start saving dollars. I know that's right. You ain't making none, and you if you ain't making them, you can't save them. That's the problem. And then you being codependent on other people to give you. Them days over. Yes, ma'am. I know exactly who owns X. Mm-hmm. Uh, Alice was laughing about sometime herself, Ms.V. I thank God my husband and I will be home to take care of our first grandchild this summer. We are retired but doing delivery gigs. Okay, so you got you some money coming in. You got to now. Uh-huh. Or you'll go through everything you done saved. I ain't trying to do that. There ain't nothing wrong with me where I can't go down there and help somebody and make some money. Shoot, got me twisted, baby. I can sit up here and live off of what I got, and then if that ain't enough with inflation hits, then I got to go start going into savings and 401k. Mm-mm. No, baby. Got me twisted. We took care of each other's kids back in the day. These new wave generation people don't. They can't because these people have everything going on in their homes. Mm-mm. Can't do his thing. I would dare not let my child stay at some of these folks' houses. What I see and hear out here on YouTube, ain't no way. She didn't stay at nobody's house anyway because that's the way I was brought up. You can't brought your ass home at night. Now they can come stay with you, but you ain't finna stay over there. And if they didn't let me do it back in the day, I don't suggest you doing it now. Because stuff was going on back then, but there was a lot of closet stuff going on back then. People were still getting raped. Fathers was raping children and kids was getting molested back then. You still had a lot of stuff going on. It just wasn't public knowledge. You didn't have social media. You didn't have TV talking about it. But it was happening. Um, Tammy Dollar Store $1.25 to $5 now. Exactly. The Dollar Tree is and been that way for a couple of years now. They left that dollar stuff. My sisters took care of mine when they were young. That's the way we did. We took care of each other's. My brother's kids came to me in the summer, and I took them on vacation. And mine went down there in the summer when she was very little. Once she got up some size, of course, she had her own life here. She didn't want to go no more. So I started bringing them down here. They are actually trying to change the food stamp program, says Riri. Some states you are going to have to work to get food stamps. And I don't see what's wrong with that. We got people that go to work every day with all kind of health conditions. I worked with a guy back in the day who was a terrible diabetic. He had to stop. Sometimes you had to go and finish his work on his shift because he had to go eat. His blood sugar was all over the place, but he came to work every day and he retired. Yes. Sting knocking them trolls out. Thank you, Sting. I appreciate that. Audrey, I keep forgetting they $1.25 counting down to the pennies. Mm-hmm. And then you got to pay tax on top of that. I'm on my phone. The computer is faster, Sting. Okay. Bartering was mostly used for goods and services, for seldom for property. Right, Katie. You're correct. They didn't barter with no property. Because property was like gold back then. If you own some property, even now, if you own property, you own something. You do. If you got chickens and I got a cow, you give me the eggs and I give you the milk. That's the way it went, and that's the way it might be coming back to. I'm trying to understand the Social Security kickback that Biden signed yesterday. I haven't taken the time to look at it, explore with the evidence, but I will. Elon is going to get more money from T when he gets sworn in. What he's going to get, Miss Audrey, is a lot of government contracts with different countries, with China and with Europe and with Canada. That's what he's after. Elon has 12 kids. Youngest is 4 and has one son trans to a female. Yes, and they don't get along at all. The trans, T in the past talked down on LGBT. Wonder what his thoughts of that. Oh, he ain't thinking about that. That's money. That's all he see with Elon is money. I love Rosa Parks, and she lived on the riverfront in downtown Detroit, says Alex. She is a big deal here in Michigan, and should. These people who gave their lives and put their lives out there to help us, they should always be recognized. Yes, ma'am. Me and my siblings were the remotes for TV when I was a child. Says Miss Audrey. I call the generation microwavable. They want everything quick, fast, and in a hurry. Exactly, Sting. And it don't work like that. Nowadays, baby, you got to start at the bottom, work your way up to the top real quick like. And you know who at the top, don't you? So if you see where you're not going to get past a certain place, it's just like when I was in the public school system down there. I'm overqualified. You think I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing for what y'all paying me? No, I got a plan, okay? Just because I don't come out here and tell you, didn't mean I ain't have a plan. You think I don't have a plan where I am? Always. Remember, T didn't shake VP Harris' hand on that first debate. She walked over there to him. She sure did, Miss Audrey. These people are showing you blatant racism. Alex, I used to work downtown Detroit in the 90s, says Miss Jackie. Exactly. Do you know where your children are? Is what they said when the news went off. Do you know where your children are? And the TV went making some kind of noise or sound, and it went off completely black. That was the end. Maybe they should do that now, and these kids will go to bed at night. And make these cell phones go off for these children at a certain time. Alex Lane, the founder of Little Caesars Pizza, paid Rosa Parks rent for 10 years. I read that, Riri. Saying yes, they are, and think they know everything the children do, Miss Cynthia. Okay. I can't trust no one with my baby. Better not. You don't know these folks. If it ain't family members you know or best friends you know, no. And they still need to come home at night, so far as I'm concerned. These days, grandma's age is now 25 years old, and the mother of the grandchildren is 15. Wow. You about right, though. Uh, uh, that's 2 generations of children trying to raise a child. Wow, it's there. I never knew that. That's awesome. Yes, I used to work and have type 2. Yes, TNT. A lot of people worked with a whole lot of stuff. Uh-huh. People go into work with respirators on, all kind of stuff. Okay, I'm trying to get on down. The Social Security Fairness Act eliminates the reduction of Social Security benefits while entitled to public pensions from work not covered by Social Security. Fact. I haven't checked it. What is the history of the slum? Okay, okay. All right. I think I've gotten to the end of the road. I appreciate all of y'all coming in. We were on here almost an hour and 30 minutes, but I think it was worth it to bring something to the table that is going to happen to each and every one of us if we live through the next 4 years. And hopefully we can continue to bring stuff to the table that's going to benefit us or help us eliminate a problem that might be coming. Okay? Um, so if you work for the state, okay, it will benefit you. Okay, that's what Riri is saying. If you work for the state, it will benefit you. Okay, okay. Anyway, thank you for your moderators coming in, taking out the uneducated and ignorant that we have among us, and that like to come over to channels that are trying to give a positive content, keeping you abreast of what's going on in the world, chatting about it. I appreciate that. And thanks to all of you who have come in and watched today. Please hit the like button on the way out if you haven't. And we'll finish up on this tomorrow. And we'll come back to it from time to time because we're going to be talking about things going on in the world that's going to be beneficial or non-beneficial from here on through 2025. Yes, we will have fun. Yes, we will crack jokes. We'll do that too. But sometimes you got to bring to the people what they need to know because they really are behind. They're in a box. They have no idea what's going on. And on this platform, I'm going to do that. I don't care who like it and who don't like it. Okay, y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. I'm going to get these tires rotated. And from there, get something to eat. No, I'm going to take my fish from last night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a blessed and wonderful night. Love you much.